not even a factory. So mainly bio still from Maker.
Yeah, and I'm interested to see if he's actually going to put any more reactors or tech labs on these barracks. I mean, he does have the 2 tech labs. This third one is just producing Marines, though, and the other 2 are producing Marauders. This fourth barracks is finishing up now. But we see 3 more gateways going down, so we have a total of 6 gateways down for Dodaro at the moment. And, you know, with 6 gateways, you can really invest money into those upgrades. So we could see a double forge here and just completely skip that robo, but a sentry-only army coming across the map now, along with a probe. So I don't know, man. A lot of sentries can allow you to be extremely aggressive or extremely defensive without overcommitting. So I don't know, man. I'd like to see Dodaro be offensive here, but it's going to give him some time to get that expansion up and running, but it's still hard with that bunker there, and SCV's ready to repair.
And speaking of SCVs, we do see that Maker is sitting on 39 SCVs and 2 mules, as my mouse kind of messes up there. Looking at it, Ruta Di Duro is sitting on 38 probes right now, looking at the economy. We do see that they are kind of even, but the mules are definitely making it here for Maker. As we see this push in go down right now, Di Duro going right in for it, throwing down some force fields as well as throwing down that Guardian Shield. Now taking down that first bunker, going to be working down the Marauders and Marines in front of those force fields, working them down with those sentries, doing some great freaking damage. Here comes another Zealot showing up a little bit late to the battle. Had one too many back there, bro. You need to catch up. You need to help your brethren out a little bit, as we see Maker going ahead and successfully defending. Now, Di Duro with the forward pylon placement is something I like to see. Having those 6 gates out, man, he's going to be able to warp in just what we're seeing right now. 4 at one time, 2 at the other time, and some good warp-ins occurring.
Yeah, and Maker really kept on top of his macro. All his upgrades are now finishing up. He did go for a 3rd tech lab and also a reactor on that extra barracks, and he's getting 2 more barracks to bring it up to 6 frags. But Dodaro are going to be aggressive again, and I don't know if this is the right move for the moment. Would it be a good decision? I don't know. But still, Maker really trying to punish him for it. But again, the force field's not letting him do it. So really nice play here, and definitely using those sentries to not either get ahead or behind in this game.
And, man, I mean, Maker, he's finished his factory, now getting out the double drop ships, getting out those, like you said, those 2 other racks, bringing him to a total of the 6 racks out. Engineering bay now upgrading the level 1 attack upgrade. Another bunker going down, the factory being used as part of a choke point. I don't know, man. Ruta Di Duro is doing a great job at containing, doing a great job at poking in and taking out a bunker here and there. But if we look at that loss tab, we do see that Ruta Di Duro is in quite the deficit right now, Fire Silver.
Yeah, and I'm interested to see what he's actually going to do, because with the contain, you need to exploit that advantage somehow, and I just don't feel like Dodaro is doing that. He's getting the robotics facility up, but it's really late compared to how easily he could have got it, and how early he could have got it. But Maker, this container is now gone because he knows that he cannot continually afford to reinforce in that certain position, because that will get taken down eventually, because half his army will be back at his own base, and he's chronoing out an observer now, and the robotics bay is down, so he's going to go into that same mix we saw last game, but not quite Zealot focused. But Colossus are definitely going to help him try and break those tough engagements. But Maker's moving across the map, and this is an extremely sensitive timing here for Protoss. He only has 6 Stalkers, he has so many Zealots, but he's just lacking in upgrades at the moment, and Maker does have that +1 and the other infantry upgrades. Both those bunkers have been evacuated. Will we see a salvage? But now taking out those proxy pylons, and I don't know, man, if this engagement comes from right now, I don't think Dodaro is going to be able to hold this without having significant losses.
Yeah, you know, and like you're saying, it is a very sensitive time right now for Di Duro, as he is starting to build up more of his forces. He knows about the forces coming in. He's got that observer over. He's going to throw down 1 force field, possibly even some more. Yes, he's going to fully wall it off. Only units that don't eat cheeseburgers will be able to fit through those force fields, as the pattern reveals there. We're seeing even more go down, and more force fields are the pattern here, as we see more Colossus now on the way out, being chrono boosted. Thermal Lance on the way out. out, being chrono boosted as well. Very, very important things happening right now in Diderot's base as he is continuing to get out those Colossus. You know, that Thermal Lance, as soon as that finishes, this window here for Maker is going to fall, and Maker's not doing anything about it, man. He's trying to reinforce, trying to get more and more bio, and even some Vikes up there.
Yeah, I think this is where Maker becomes one of the stronger macro players, because he is taking his third base, and also putting on loads of aggression, trying to make Dodaro waste those force fields. And he's done a good job so far, as he does only have a limited number of sentries. Only has 5 at the moment, and they are quite low on energy. But Maker just using this time to get up Vikings, as he knows Colossus are on the field. But still, Dodaro feeling confident now, Gerby moving out, but this is such a wide engagement. I don't know if this was such a wide decision. The Zealots are stuck in the bag. Terrible positioning here, and I think that Maker's just going to demolish this.
And that's exactly what it looks like as these Marauders and Marines start to do heavy damage. Even with that Guardian shield up, it's not going to matter. The GG is going to go down, and Maker is going to take the second point, tying the game up, bringing us into an ace match. A best of 1 out of this best of 5. Hell yes, we're getting into this finals matchup, man. Final game going down right here, right now. So let's get some freaking awesome music in to bring us into this next one, because I'll tell you, I am freaking stoked to see what these players have up their sleeves.
Yeah, and I'm just like, a lot of people are saying in the chat, and I'm completely like agreeing with them here. It's just that there was no drops in those games, there's no ghost use, there's no tank use. I don't know how he makes it work, man. You need those vital units to try and keep you in these matchups, and he just seems to be able to do fine without.
He's loving his bio ball, man. He's loving those Marines and Marauders. It's just freaking insane. So, man, oh man, I am stoked for this final. I hope you guys are too. It's going to be on Void Rift. If you guys want to read about that map, check it out. Don't forget to also check out the... let me turn this down real fast. Don't forget to also check out the website. It's the URL is bit.ly/MOTMORG, and you guys can check that out. That link is in the chat repeatedly. And big shout out to all the map makers and creators of these maps, as well as to Igorok for setting this up with us at Imba TV. We are so happy to be here, and I am so stoked to get into this final matchup, man. Oh, hell yes, PVT, and it is a best of 1. It is the ace match. So, Fire Silver, you stoked? You ready to go, man? We building up for this epic battle.
Yep, and I think before we should do this final, we should run a quick commercial. Just support us here at Imba TV.
All right, I'll go ahead and listen to you. We'll do that real fast. I don't think I'm going to be dancing much of anything today, guys. I know we've gotten some requests for me to do some dancing or some shaking, as you like to call it, but I don't think I'm going to be doing that. And thank you guys for dealing with the commercials, as we do need to support us a little bit. It does cost money to do everything that we do. And yes, I am in a spaceship right now. We are orbiting around right over Asia at the moment. I've got excellent internet connection up here. If you guys are around Asia and looking outside and seeing a big ship, it is kind of cloaked. It looks more like a giant cloud, but I'm here and I'm flying above the earth, man. So you ready to go, Fire Silver? Are we ready to do this?
Yeah, let's roll.
All right, man. Let's get it going in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Right on, everybody. Welcome and thanks for joining us here at Imba.tv, where everything is in balance. I am MC Duffs, and I am sitting in my spaceship right now talking to Fire Silver. We're getting into this grand final matchup, ace in the hole, as it is 2-2. This best of 5 has now turned into a best of 1, as the scoreboard is a little bit wrong. We will get that one fixed here in just a second, but taking a look at it, we are here. We are ready to go on Void Rift. It is a Maker down here in the bottom of Void Rift as the orange Terran up here in the cross map position is Root D Duro spawning as the purple Protoss. And I'll tell you, Fire Silver, I am more than ecstatic for this final matchup as it is an ace match. I am super soaked. Not super soaked, but super stoked.
Yeah, man. I like being the navigator in your spaceship. I liked Asia. I mean, we were watching the GSL earlier, which is like, I got a telescope out, just looking down. Which is like, yeah, man, it was good, super torn. So that's the region we're flying over East Asia. But I don't know, man. You wish you were here.
That's right.
But Dora moving out now with the probe on 9. Actually, not on 9-12, sorry. But it's going to go with that slightly economical 13 gateway here, and Maker just going to go with the 12 barracks once again. So both players kind of opening very, very standardly. And Dodaro going to go with the Sim City again, so quite interesting why he's gone for that, because we haven't seen much drops or Hellion harassment or anything like that, which could be avoided by having a Sim City kind of build.
And yeah, we are aware that the scoreboard is not updated. It will be updated here in just a second here, folks. But Root D Duro, you know, sending out that scout relatively early, getting it across the map, and it doesn't look like he's going for any cheese fire, so I don't think we got to worry about that. We do see Maker now getting out his orbital command, and it looks like a pretty normal build from both these players. As we are in the grand finals, the last one of the series, it looks like it's going to be, you know, none of these players want to go out and want to try to cheese and fail and then lose the game. So it looks like it's going to be a straightforward standard game here, man, and it looks like it's going to be a lot of fun.
Yep, and Dodaro was actually able to get inside and see that one gas. Very, very important, as that eliminates, you know, the fast expansion. It eliminates some sort of heavy marine pressure. All of that is eliminated as soon as you see that refinery. So I'm glad he got to see it. But will the same be true for Maker? He is scouting very, very late, and there is a Zealot on the way out. So will he be able to deny seeing both of these gases and kind of trick him into a false sense of security? But Maker's actually going for the fast expansion as well. It is an extremely long rush distance, and it looks like that SCV will get in after all, and is going to be able to see both the gas. He is looking for that. He will see them both, and does not check where the cybernetic score is, doesn't want to check, just wants to see the chrono boost status on that Nexus, because that can also eliminate a lot of builds off the possibility chart. But same builds from both players here. Maker going for that 3 racks expand, 1 racks expand into 3 racks, sorry, and is going to keep his SCV out there, Zelnaga. Meanwhile, Dodaro just going to go for a 2-gate robo here, sorry. Very, very safe build, and going to give him great vision, and also very, very reactive opener here, as the 2-gate robo can pretty much transition into anything.
Yeah, definitely. And looking at it, you know, these players are just playing with what they're comfortable with, man. I mean, it's the ace match. They're going to give it their all. So we see the expansion finishing up here as that command center finishes. Will it be an orbital command before it lifts off and goes into that natural? Yes, it will morph into that orbital command before going into that natural expansion. And you know what's a little bit different here from Maker is we're seeing a reactor core. And he's getting more Marines, and he's got 2 tech labs, so he's not going all Marauders this time like he did in the previous games, and he's actually not leaving his barracks naked anymore.
Yeah, so that's quite interesting. So they're going to be spending more resources in that kind of sector, but he's still only on 1 gas at the moment, so isn't looking to go into some sort of factory tech at the moment like we saw last game. He's going with the concussive, and you know, concussive suggests an aggressive opener, so will we see that kind of aggression from Maker? 1 Marauder is on the field, we have a second one on the way out, just like he is producing a 3rd and 4th now, so could we see a push with that 3rd and 4th Marauder, because that is extremely very powerful early game push there, but there's the bunker going down. So I don't know, man, it's very weird what kind of choices Maker is choosing this early in the game, but Dodaro actually is going for that Immortal, so that would probably shut down that attack even if Maker did choose to do that.
Yeah, it very well could. Now Maker is going to go normally, just like he always does, places down that bunker like you were saying, and also placing down that missile turret as he did in the previous games in his natural, as well as it looks like not getting one up as of yet in his main base. So this observer going to have free reign, going to be able to check out exactly what Maker has got going on, queuing up a little bit of a path there DeRoe getting his expansion out, getting out those Immortals. Looks like it's going to be a pretty nice game so far, as we are seeing that Robotics Bay on the way out. So Colossus is going to be the answer to the build that we've got here for DeRoe. And I'll tell you, with all the bio that Maker's been doing, Fire Silver, Colossus are just so well put up against the bio here.